This Use a Plate is brought to you by...
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
Get your sun power.
This is the 6 p.m. Barbados Today update for Monday, May 5, 2014. I'm Kamar Jordan. Good evening. It's over to the Labour Department on Wednesday for another round of talks on the contentious layoffs at the National Conservation Commission. This is the board of the NCC prepares to meet tomorrow to determine its next move. This morning, management and representatives of the two leading trade unions met for over 2 hours but failed to reach a compromise, with the unions emerging from the meeting, sending a strong signal that they will not be backing down on the last-in, first-out principle.
So we are not resting our laurels until this process is rectified.
There's a Rosa Parks issue here.
Okay, exactly. And not only that, this has implications for governance in Barbados. Because if you don't have cabinet word with a decision that you can rely on, it speaks to governance in this country. It's a serious matter, you know, it's going across NCC. If you cannot even rely on a statement with how you're going to deal with the retrenchment, that's why you come and say these are the variables you can introduce. Be careful. It means then you can't take nobody word in this country for anything. It's a serious situation.
Meantime, the BWU's Deputy Director of Industrial Relations, Dwayne Paul, is adamant that if the process was followed in the first place, the situation would have been settled without rancor. He says the BWU is only interested in securing a fair deal for the workers.
We are adamant that the process must be followed and must be respected by the management here at NCC. The meeting is tomorrow. The meeting tomorrow with NCC's board. Before they meet with us on Wednesday, they will determine how they want to go forward. And we are hopeful that when they come to us on Wednesday, that they are coming to adhere to the process and let us take this matter forward so that the workers behind us can have fairness and justice, and this matter can be resolved speedily.
Some startling new statistics in the United Nations study on Barbados. It shows that 75% of parents use extreme violence in disciplining their children. The study also reveals that 12% of children in Barbados under age 5 are obese. It also points to unsafe habits, with only 25% of parents said to be practicing safe disposal of their children's feces. The statistics were presented at the national consultation at the Barbados Hilton this morning by Odemiji Oluwu, the monitoring and evaluation specialist at the UNICEF office in Barbados.
The main issues of challenge is violent discipline of children. It's very high at 75%. Women who know the 3 means of mother-to-child transmission of HIV, just about half of the women. I would say about 1/3 of the women, 15 to 49 years, are drinking alcohol. The challenge we're facing with only 1/4 of children's feces being properly disposed of. And there's the issue of the unmet need for contraception. Exclusive breastfeeding for 6 months is very low. Just 1 out of every 5 children who are born get breastfed exclusively. Obesity is something to watch out for at 12%. And infants also with low birth weight. We need to see what can be done.
It's back to court tomorrow for Defense Force Officer Timothy Bancroft, who's facing a court-martial on 3 charges. These are stealing, disobedience, and escaping custody. Today, the court heard that Bancroft stole one of his colleagues' military uniforms before escaping from the BDF headquarters at the garrison in a ZR. Our Emmanuel Joseph is tracking that story.
A 5-man military court heard today that a Barbados Defense Force soldier escaped from custody and caught a ZR van after allegedly stealing one of his colleagues' official camouflage uniforms from a clothesline at St. Anne's Fort headquarters, the garrison. This came to light during the opening presentation of Prosecutor Captain Sandra Blackman as Private Timothy Bancroft faced a court-martial at BDF headquarters on 3 charges: stealing, escaping custody, and disobedience to standing orders, all allegedly happening on November 28, 2013. When asked by Presiding Judge Major Christopher Birch to respond to the charges, Bancroft, who the court heard was a military police, pleaded not guilty to all the counts. While the accusations of stealing and escaping custody are self-explanatory, it was pointed out that Bancroft contravened the standing orders which prohibit soldiers from boarding public service vehicles other than at a bus stop. Speaking on the first full sitting, Prosecutor Blackman informed the court that Private Jamar Motley, who was the ambulance driver on the day in question, arrived on duty at 6 a.m. and washed his camouflage suit and placed it on the line to dry before leaving for Independence Day rehearsals. She said that after he returned to barracks at about 6 p.m., in preparation to go home, Motley discovered his uniform missing and reported the matter to Duty Officer Colour Sergeant Michelle Thompson. The prosecuting officer said that report triggered a series of events which included a lockdown of the St. Anne's Fort base to facilitate a comprehensive search of vehicles and individuals. While the search was being conducted, she added, a vehicle driven by the accused was stopped at the sentry gate by military police when it attempted to leave. That car, it was revealed to the court, was owned by another officer, Private Andrew Legal, who happened to be one of the military police at the gate at the time. The five-man tribunal was told that Legal had loaned the accused his car keys for the day. Prosecutor Blackman submitted that after the car was stopped and the accused opened the trunk, a camouflage t-shirt was found, which the accused admitted was his. However, on further examination, added the prosecutor, a cardboard with cracks in it showed what appeared to be another item of camouflage clothing underneath. Evidence was that the missing uniform was found wrapped around the spare tire. Bancroft was subsequently placed under close arrest, but the tribunal was told he later fled by running past 3 military police officers, ran into the direction of Bay Street, and caught a ZR in front of the Barbados Light and Power Company. The military police officer who oversaw the search of the car and later questioned the accused testified that he was too fast for him and he did not even try to catch him because he couldn't. The court was also informed that Bancroft was later caught by a specially assigned team of officers and removed from a transport board bus going to Josie Hill, Connell Town. 4 witnesses were called today by the prosecution, including the officer who reported his uniform missing. The accused is being represented by Sub-Lieutenant Rita Evans. The hearing continues tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock at the BDF St. Anne's Fort headquarters. Emmanuel Joseph for Barbados Today.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Because she deserves it. Make her Mother's Day. Send us a photo and a message telling the world why your mother is simply the best at love@barbadostoday.bb. Enter now for your chance to win lunch for 2 at the Crane Hotel and other prizes. The deadline is May 6th. Mom deserves it. All entries will be published.
To our Caribbean neighbors now, as Trinidad and Tobago attempts to come to terms with the murder of leading senior counsel Dana Sita Hall, the Vendra Nepal Kuhlman murder trial has been adjourned. At this morning's hearing, Senior State Attorney Joy Baldran broke down and cried as she informed the court that Ms. Sita Hall will no longer be on the prosecution's team. Defense attorneys were also emotional. Justice Malcolm Haldit said the prosecution will need more time to regroup, and he adjourned the matter until next Monday. 12 men are on trial for the December 2006 murder of Nepal Kuhlman. Further afield, an international panel of experts will re-examine all data gathered in a near 2-month hunt for the missing Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 to ensure search crews who have been scouring a desolate patch of ocean for the plane have been looking in the right place. Senior officials from Malaysia, Australia and China met in the Australian capital to hash out the details of the next steps in the search for the jet, which will center around an expanded patch of seafloor in a remote area of the Indian Ocean off Western Australia. The area became the focus of the hunt after a team of analysts calculated the plane's likeliest path based on satellite and radar data. Starting Wednesday, that data will be reanalyzed and combined with all information gathered thus far in the search, which hasn't turned up a single piece of debris. Well, that's our 6 p.m. update. Join us again at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Until then, you can log on to www.barbadostoday.bb. Subscribe to our e-paper, or better yet, like us on Facebook to get more news and sports. I'm Kmar Jordan. Have a great evening, sleep well, and come back tomorrow morning at 7.
This update is brought to you by...
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
Kesha Sun Power.